What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So, it's been a crazy day today. I can say that much. It is the 1st of April, though. And jokes aside, we have a brand new Hero of the Month in the portal, which is exactly why we're doing a video today or right now. But just before we do go ahead and have a look at our new Hero of the Month, which is this dude, CLAEG, I just want to chat with you guys just very briefly with regards to the redeem codes that went out this morning. I know you're probably all sick of it by now, but to be fair, I just want to clarify a couple of things for you guys and make sure that you have an understanding as to how things went and why they did the way they did. So if you're not already in the know, about 5:30 this morning, my time, I basically had no choice but to release a gift code, which was a unique code which should have been able to be shared in a very targeted way to you guys as my subscribers and viewers of this channel. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And the long and the short of it was a mistake on Small Giant's part. So they gave a certain amount of creators specific codes with their names on, as we asked them for our names in the codes. But there was like a prefix at the front of every single code, and that prefix was exactly the same. So what happened was it only took one creator to share the code, and then when it was out there, obviously the hacker minds of Empires and Puzzles quickly figured out that they could then apply this to other creators. So unfortunately, it didn't really work that well. Okay, so you've all got to give your diamonds and your troop tokens back. Okay. No, I'm only joking. You guys keep them if you did get them, and congrats to that dude who pulled Gestalt costume, freaking amazing, on your 500 gems. But yeah, basically, that is why it didn't really go off as well as it was supposed to have, and it wasn't able. There was kind of no control, and I had to release it when I had to release it. Sadly, there were a couple of creators whose codes were completely dried up before they could even put them out on their various media platforms, which is really, really sad. And hopefully it will never happen again. Good news is that Small Giant have said whoops, and hopefully they will be doing something quite similar in the not too distant future. So please do watch out for that. As I said before, for me personally, it will be obviously a priority to the members. There's not a huge amount of members, but you know, you can go ahead and become a member. There are some pretty cool perks of being a member. Obviously, this is one of them, sort of priority access to things like that. And also to get your comments sort of replied to first, to get custom emojis, stuff like that. It's a really sort of cheap and easy way for you to be able to support the channel a little bit as well. And to get involved. But anyways, memberships aside and plugin aside, that is the whole debacle that happened with the codes. But now we are going to get into our Hero of the Month without any further ado. So let's open up this summon gate and have a closer look at the Skull Man himself, CLAEG, which is kind of a weird name, CLAEG. I think it's like the Asian Craig, CLAEG. Anyways, so CLAEG is a ice hero. He is of the sorcerer class, and he is of the 2025 family, which we don't know what they're going to do yet. Obviously still a few months left to go. Initial thoughts, like straight away looking at the card, it's not the greatest art I've ever seen. I kind of liked Elaine from last month because at least she had that giant hat and it was kind of kooky and quirky and weird. This guy just looks he doesn't look that great to me. Like, I mean, the skulls across his back, like the art just looks a little bit blurry. Like, I'm not a huge fan. It feels like his armor is also falling off of his body. Like, maybe I'm going a bit too deep here, but I just feel like he doesn't know whether he wants to be a wizard or a knight or a, you know, zombie. Like, he's really confused, this guy. That's the feeling I get from looking at him. So let's go on to the passives, which do stand out because he gets two really, really good passives. The first one is resist special skill blocking. So innate resistance against status elements that block special skills. Very, very strong skill against pretty much, well, loads of different heroes that cast any elements that block you from using special skills. Obviously, Bernadette now counts as that as well. So you can, go up against her. You can pair him with other construct heroes. You get the same family bonus. They resist silence, things like that. Really, really good passive. And then he also gets innate resistance against burn. And obviously, the Untold Tales 2 heroes burn with ridiculous fury and fire from hell. They are just that good with the burn damage. So it is really awesome to have a hero that does resist burn and has innate resistance against it. So far, so good. Pardon me. Let's move on. So stats wise, we're looking at 1072 on the team power. So he is about 100 team power lower than the next, the last new hero that we had released, which is about on par for the hero of the month. Although, having said that, because they are releasing heroes in the seasonal portals now with full team power, and they are trying to slow power creep and everything like that, I don't think it would be asking too much to release the hero of the month with the same team power. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't think it would be asking too much. In terms of his actual stats, I mean, across the board looks pretty good though, like nearly 1100 attack, nearly 1100 defense, and nearly 2000 health. So he's doing okay. He's really doing okay. And the ether talent, just before we move on to the special, is going to be defense up. That's one of my favorites. So at the start of the battle, he gets an extra 20% defense for 6 turns. That's pretty huge. So let's move on to the actual meat and to veg, which is the strength of the accursed. So he's running at fast speed. He recovers 20% health for all allies, and he recovers extra 5% health for each status element the ally has, up to 35% health in total. And he cleanses 3 status elements from all allies. Then he gets an element link, which gives all ice allies 30% defense against special skills for 4 turns, and this effect can't be dispelled. I mean, it's kind of cool because he is a decent healer. I'll say that much. Like, he's a decent fast speed healer. When I say decent, maybe just a little bit less than decent, because 20% health is really not that much. I mean, you've got somebody like Milena, who I will have somewhere. There she is. So she's recovering 25% health for all allies and cleansing status elements from all allies at super fast speed, like within 5 tiles. And she is literally available. Is she not in the Fated Summon at the moment? Yeah, she's literally right there. So why would you not pick Milena up and have that much better of everything? I mean, I know that the team power is lower, but just straight up for a blue healer running at very fast speed. And then on the second charge, it's 420% damage to all enemies and dispels buffs from all enemies. Plus, she gets that awesome passive where she gives 10% mana to all allies. I mean, why would you not? I mean, this is not a review of Milena, but like still. Yeah, the only difference obviously there is stats. So as far as the healing, I'm not convinced. As far as the cleanse, 3 ailments versus all ailments, again, I'm not convinced. And then the recovery of health, the extra recovery of health per each status ailment that each ally has is just also not very good. So it's not looking good for this guy. Man, I knew there was something I didn't like about him. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I don't think this is a good hero of the month. If I got him, I probably wouldn't level him just because I don't think he's that great of a healer. If I was maybe early game, I definitely would, just because I'm thinking about the passives mainly. Having that resistance against special blocking and the resistance against burn is really cool. But that said, like, you're not going to want to sort of pump alpha ethers and limit break materials into this guy. He's going to be there to serve a purpose initially, and then you're going to get somebody better. I'd rather have a 4-star healer. I'd rather have Asmir. I'd rather have Glass Kirill over him. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this dude. Kind of disappointing since the last 2 heroes of the month have been really good. But yeah, you know what? Every now and then you've got to get one that's a bit of a dud. So commiserations to anybody who that does grab CLAEG from this portal. He is as weird as his name sounds, and I don't think that he is going to be that good. And that's all I've got to say. Please do let me know in the comments if you guys feel any different, if you think he's going to be, the best thing since sliced bread, or if you agree and you think he's pretty average or below average. But let me know in the comments. I always love to respond to you guys in the comments. Do drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on your bell notifications. Just in case any more codes and stuff like that do come in. I don't post videos that often, so it shouldn't like ping maybe every day, every couple of days, but not too often that I'm going to bother you and wake you up at all hours of the day. I'll do my best not to, but just to make sure if you do watch the channel regularly, that you have the notifications turned on, because I want as many of those codes to go out to as many of you lovely people as possible when they do come in. And they will come in. I'm pretty sure they will come in soon. So that all being said, I love you guys. I wish you guys all the best. Have an awesome evening. Share it with your mother, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.